let's be honest, we're all kind of drowning in information, right? But what if you could do more than just manage it all? What if you could build a whole new architecture for your mind? Well, today we're going to explore a pretty revolutionary framework that's designed to do exactly that. So, does this sound familiar? You've got scattered notes, ideas that feel totally disconnected. It's a constant battle just to get your thoughts in order. Your best ideas feel, well, fragmented. Trust me, you are not alone. This is the core problem of living in an age of information overload. Now, I want you to imagine a completely different approach. And I'm not talking about just another productivity app or some new note-taking hack. No, think bigger. Think a total integrated system for thinking. That, right there, is the promise of what's called the House of Fractal Gridding. Okay, let's dive into this. The best way to think about this explainer is like we're taking an architectural tour of this unique mental house. We're going to look at its foundation, check out the pillars holding it up, and then see the roof that holds it all together. It's really a blueprint connecting your purpose, your principles, and your actions, your why, your what, and your how. Every strong house absolutely needs a solid foundation, so naturally, we're starting from the ground up. We need to understand the system's core purpose, its fundamental why. This is the bedrock that everything else is built on. Now, the technical term for this foundation is its ontology. I know, it sounds a little intimidating, but don't let that word scare you. It simply means the reason for being. It's the deep-down logic that explains why the system is built the way it is. Think of it as the solid ground holding the whole thing together. And that ground is built on these 4 key principles. You can see them here as the cornerstones of our foundation. What's so cool is that they're designed to make sure this system integrates your entire life, everything from how you make decisions to how you grow as a person. Okay, now this is where the system gets pretty revolutionary. See, most productivity methods, they only focus on work. This one actually builds your well-being directly into its foundation. It uses frameworks like SHO, which stands for Spiritual, Human, Organizational, and Work, and PIES, for physical, intellectual, emotional, and spiritual growth. By connecting your professional life to your personal health, it's designed from the ground up to prevent burnout. Pretty brilliant, right? All right, so our foundation is firmly in place. Now let's see how this house actually gets built. It's time to put up the 4 big philosophical pillars. These are the whats of the system, the core operating principles that give the whole structure its strength and its shape. These 4 pillars are known as the fractal constants, and together they make up the acronym ZICO. The easiest way to think of them is as the fundamental laws of this new cognitive world that we're building. The first pillar, the Z, is for Zeroneness. It's this really simple but powerful idea that every act of creation, every single new idea, begins from a blank canvas. It's not about what you already know. It's about starting from a place of pure potential, an open space, totally ready for you to deliberately create something new. And what's really interesting about this slide is how much it challenges the norm. We're always told to capture everything, right? To just hoard information. Well, Zeroness completely flips that on its head. It argues that true creativity doesn't start with collecting. It starts with a clean slate. You become an architect, not just a collector. Our second pillar, the I in ZICO, is infinity. This one is all about the power of scale. It's the ability to dive super deep into the most granular, tiny details of a topic, and then, just as easily, zoom all the way back out to see the huge, overarching big picture and how it all connects. This is basically the antidote to linear thinking, which so often traps us at just one level of detail. With this kind of fractal cognition, you're no longer dealing with a bunch of isolated facts. You're building a dynamic network, and you can see exactly how the smallest little detail connects to the grandest vision. Next up is our third pillar, C for cyclicity. This is the principle that knowledge isn't static. It's not some dead thing you file away. It's a living, breathing thing. And learning happens in these rhythms, through feedback, through iteration, and through constant refinement. So the crucial point here is that you're building continuous improvement directly into your process. This pillar makes sure your knowledge and your systems don't just sit there and get stale. No, they adapt, they evolve, and they get stronger over time. This is about achieving mastery, not just memorization. And that brings us to our fourth and final pillar, oneness. This is the ultimate goal. This is what the entire system is driving toward. It's that end state of total integration, where all the different pieces of your knowledge, your goals, and your purpose finally just click into place and work together in harmony. In a world that is constantly throwing fragmented data at us, oneness is the pursuit of real, integrated wisdom. It's about creating a unified, coherent worldview where everything connects in a way that's truly meaningful to you. So we have our foundation and we have our pillars. Now we need the roof. The how is the practical application. It's what protects and unifies everything that lies beneath it. This is where all that powerful theory becomes real-world action. And this how is made of two key parts. First, there's the specific technique you'll use every day, and second, there's the ultimate goal that this technique is designed to help you achieve. So the practical engine is called Fractal System Notetaking, or FSN. Instead of a simple linear list of notes, imagine using grids. You can map out a project's timeline horizontally, list its key parts vertically, and then use the cells where they intersect to analyze the trade-offs. It's a really visual way to map complex ideas, and it brings that whole ZICO philosophy to life. But this method serves a much, much bigger purpose. The end game here isn't just to have a tidy notebook. The real goal, as this quote puts it, is to build an AI-Fractal Grid Brain. That brain, of course, is a metaphor. It's a metaphor for a mind that's been rewired to achieve what's called epic learning. And EPIC is an acronym for the high-level outcome this whole house is built for: exponential productivity, innovation, and creativity. This is the ultimate why behind the how. So now, let's step back and just look at the completed house. You've got the foundation, the pillars, the roof. It all works together. You can see how this framework is so much more than just a system for organizing your notes. It's basically a brand new operating system for your mind. And this right here just illustrates the whole concept perfectly. The architecture is complete. Your purpose, your why, provides that solid foundation. Your philosophy, those ZICO pillars of what, give it structure. And your actions, the how, form the roof that integrates it all into a single, powerful whole. So, we'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. This framework really challenges us to shift our entire perspective. What if the true goal of learning wasn't just to know more stuff, but to build a fundamentally better mind to think with? To literally upgrade the architecture of our minds to think better, deeper, and more creatively? Well, that is the powerful idea behind the House of Fractal Gridding.